Have you ever heard of the non-melting cheese called halloumi? Because it doesn't melt, it's perfect for frying or grilling, and I'm gonna show you how to make it today. Hey everyone, I'm Yumna, aka Feel Good Foodie, and I grew up eating halloumi all the time. As cheesy as it sounds, it really reminds me of my childhood, and I love still making it now for my kids just to kind of share that piece of my childhood with them. Just like Indian paneer or queso fresco, halloumi doesn't melt. And it has a flavor somewhere between feta cheese and mozzarella, but it has also a distinguishable salty taste. This is so popular in Lebanon and all over the Middle East. We eat it in sandwiches and flatbreads, on top of salads, or just by itself. My favorite way to eat it is pan-fried or grilled, and I'm gonna show you today how to grill it and a couple different ways to serve it. It's the best brunch or lunch idea, so let's get started. Here are two brands that I like to buy often, Baraka and Taza. And even though these are Lebanese brands, the product usually comes from Cyprus, where it's the most popular source. You can see back here, it looks just like mozzarella, so it's a thick block of white cheese. When you open the halloumi, you'll notice it has some water or brine in it. So you wanna make sure to dry it out right when you open it. So I usually just lift it up straight from the package and place it on a paper towel. It helps to dry it out because we're grilling it and we want to have as little moisture as possible. And like I said earlier, halloumi does have a distinguishable salty taste. So if it's too salty for you, feel free to soak it in some ice water for 30 minutes or up to 24 hours. Now we're just going to go ahead and cut it into thick slices. And one block of 8 ounces of cheese will normally get you about 8 to 10 slices. And each one will be about 1 ounce that way. So now we want to go ahead and add some olive oil to a grill pan or a regular pan. So this is the same method whether you're pan frying it or grilling it, just depends on the kind of pan that you're using. And I'm using today a grill pan. Now heat the olive oil on medium heat just until it starts to shimmer. Now we're going to go ahead and add it to the hot oil on the grill pan. Now you want to cook it on one side for 3 to 4 minutes, undisturbed. Don't touch it, don't move it, don't play around with it. Just leave it alone for 3 to 4 minutes on medium heat. Then you want to flip it and cook it again for 2 to 3 more minutes. Once you start to see a little bit of browning on the bottom, that's your cue to flip it. You can use tongs, or I think it's easier just to use spatula. And this will all depend too on what kind of pan you have. So the more oil you use, the better your grill pan is, the easier it'll slide off. And when it's done grilling, I love to throw it on a platter like this with some zaatar, some cucumbers and tomatoes and any other kind of vegetables you want. So we normally would have this for breakfast with some pita, make some sandwiches with it, but you can also have it for lunch as part of a salad. So I'm gonna show you how to do that now. I just keep it super simple. We've got some lettuce over here. I like to throw on a little bit of zaatar just to flavor it. And then you can add any kind of vegetables you want to this, and no need to add any kind of chicken or anything because there's a ton of protein just from the halloumi alone. And it also looks like grilled chicken too when you present it. So I'm just gonna add everything here, and then I'm also just gonna add a couple halloumi pieces right onto a salad. So usually when my family's having this with some sandwiches, I'll go ahead and throw myself a salad, add a couple of fresh mint on top. And for dressing, I like to keep it super simple. We've got some zaatar here. I'm also gonna squeeze some lemon juice, which is so good on the salty halloumi, and a little bit of olive oil. And there you have it, 2 different ways to have halloumi. There's so many more ways to have it as well. Grilling it brings out all the flavor. It makes it nice and crisp, and it just makes it an extra fun thing to have with your plate. So I'm gonna take a bite of one so you can hear the little crispness. So good. If you enjoyed this video, share it with your friends and family. And if you haven't done so already, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any more feel-good food. See you guys next time.